Mud runs, obstacle courses, those types of endurance races are pretty popular right now. The three most well-known ones being the Tough Mudder, the Spartan race, and the Warrior Dash. Those all just differ in terms of race distance and rule set, and the obstacles. The Spartan race comes in three flavors. The Spartan Sprint, which is a 3-mile course, the Super Spartan, which is an 8-mile course, and the Spartan Beast, which is over 12 miles. And all of those have a number of obstacles that are varied, and some repeat, some don't. It's kind of random. Those obstacles include swimming, over-under obstacles, the spear throw, barbed wire crawl, wall climb, pulley, object carry, rope swing, incline wall traverse, bunny hop, monkey bars, the very popular fire jump, and trying to make it through a bunch of guys who are just hitting you with bugle sticks. Now, April and Julio, who showed up in episodes 58 and 60 respectively, they ran the Spartan Sprint in December 2nd of last year, and just about 2 months later ran the Super Spartan on January 26th of this year. So I thought it'd be interesting to call them up and ask them about their going from the 3-mile to the 8-mile race, the differences between them, and all that fun stuff.
Move, damn you!
What were the most difficult obstacles in the Spartan Sprint? That is the 3-mile one.
I didn't feel like any of the obstacles were insanely hard. It was just dealing with the actual terrain, the hills, the mud, everything.
I think the hardest part, was like jumping in the cold water in the beginning of the start. It was really cold, man.
What were some of the new obstacles in the Super Spartan?
A lot of the newer obstacles were ones that required heavy lifting. There was the sand bucket carry. Nobody liked that one. It was awful. You had to fill this big bucket of full of sand. You had to carry it, basically wrap your arms around it in front of you, and then walk up this really steep hill, walk down really steep hill. That one was just awful. You had to fill it up enough to where when the sand settles, it still had to be above the line. So you had to make sure to really pack it. So yeah, it was crazy.
20-foot rope climb, but I'm like the rope, it had some knots in it too and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like the knots kind of went like up halfway, you know, like to get you halfway at least, and then from there, like you're supposed to do it yourself afterwards.
So what was hands down the worst obstacle in each race?
Yeah, the bunny hop, uphill. Mind you, in the thick mud. So you have a band wrapped around your ankles, and so you basically had to hop all the way up this hill and then hop back down. They had a similar obstacle in the Super Spartan race, but this one was basically combining box jumps and bunny hops. So you're doing it on a flat surface, but you also had a box jump over these hay bales and all that.
Jesus.
So yeah, it was pretty awful. And then plus they added the mud, extra mud to the second race also. So yeah, that was probably one of the worst ones.
It was actually about like 100 yards of swimming.
Okay.
Because it was like right at the end too. So yeah, that was like North Central right there, man.
How did you prepare for the Super Spartan, considering it's over 2.5 times the distance of the Spartan Sprint?
I hiked every weekend for maybe 2 months prior and on. That actually made a huge difference in my endurance, just getting up those hills and running and everything. So that helped me cover a lot more distance a lot easier.
Because of the sprint, I think I realized that I needed more endurance. I tried to hike a little bit more, and I tried to actually run uphills as opposed to just kind of walking the uphills and stuff.
Was there anything you wish you had trained more in preparation?
Yes, my upper body. I completely neglected it. As much as I did before, I neglected it more than I did the first time. So, because I was more focused on getting my endurance up, running and everything. So I didn't work out my upper body as should have, and I noticed a huge difference.
The rope climb. Because I actually didn't complete the rope climb. I mean, I went up and like I was like 3 feet away from like, you know, like ringing the bell. But like the guy next to me went up, missed it, and fell like 20 feet, you know, like in mud. and like that kind of freaked me out. And I was like, oh, fuck this, you know. I climbed back down and I just did the 30 burpees.
So, did you learn anything new about yourself after the Super Spartan?
I learned that I am capable of completing, you know, just anything that I want. I put my mind to, anything I put my heart into, I can do it. You know, I'm planning on doing the next one, which is over 12 miles. And I know I can do it. It's just I've got to really push myself into it.
I have good balance, but I know I can improve in my balance.
Okay, good. What hurt the most the day after?
It was definitely upper body, my arms, my shoulders. They were killing me.
Oh no, I mean I was fine.
So, you've done harder things, I take it.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take to come back to a level of normalcy?
It took me about 5 days.
After the race, I did like cheerleading practice.
Oh. And then he drank a lot of beer.
Yeah. I did a lot of beer the night before.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's one thing that I learned. It's probably a good idea not to get, you know, like intoxicated before a race. You kind of focus more on the race.
That sounds like a pretty sound advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think I could have done a lot better. If I wasn't so dehydrated too.
So, what's next?
The Spartan